Hello, in this video, I will be creating a user list app using Angular 19 and I will implement ngRx signal store for state management.
To start with, I have created an app by installing npm Angular CLI and created boilerplate for my app with the name user list. I have also added Angular material for UI design and ngRx signals for creating the store. It's always a good practice to start app with creating data models. I will create a model folder and in this folder I will create a user.model.ts file which will contain a structure of my user data model. The properties will be ID and name of type string. I will also create a mock data file to avoid API call and mock.data.ts file will contain a user model with data of two users. Now my model is ready. It's time to create a service which will serve this data to our store. I will create a service folder and in this folder I will create user.service.ts file. I will make this service injectable by using Angular call injectables and I will export my user service with the get user function which will return the user model with data from mock.data.ts file in model folder. As return user model will be a promise, so I will add delay before return user statement from sleep method.
Now my service is ready with the get user method. It's time to create the store. Now I will create a store folder, and in this folder I will create user.store.ts file. For my store, I will declare the store state object, which will have a user property type of user model and loading property as type of boolean. Loading property will be true when data is loading and false when data is loaded. Now I will set the initial state of user state object, which will be empty array of user, and loading is false. Now I will export user stored as ngRx signal store. I will make it injectable provided in root to create a single instance throughout the application. I will set with state as initial state object I have set above, and I will add a behavior method of this store by assigning a user service as a service factory. The behavior method will be load all. In this method, I will use patch state API to update store state property loading to true. Then I will call get user method from user service, which will return user model with data. Then I will patch store state object again with user data and loading is equal to false. My store is ready. Now I need to provide the functionality. When the app is loaded, it will show list of all users. The best place is to do it in app component. In app component.ts file, I will implement on initialize interface, and on init method I will call load all behavior method from store.
Just to keep the implementation separate, I will create load users method below. I will rebuild the app and change the app component HTML to see my store is working as expected. I can see my app is working as expected. I will simply display users from store on screen as JSON. Now I will change HTML of app component, and I will also create a new component which will be the user list component, and this component will display all users from store. Here I am using Angular material for selection list and list option with add for directive. We can see now our app is serving data using ngRx.